gentlemen, welcome to this edition of MFers Live. Yes, there's the clock right there. Oh, it just clicked 8:01. Look at that. There it is. Oh, no glare off. It works. It works. Oh, that's so much better. Oh, yeah. Don't have the glare of the laptop anymore because we have it off to the side. Yes, right on. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this edition of MFers Live. Yes, it's May 9th, 2018, and yes, it is Hump Day. So, yes, woot. So, yes, we are in studio with Nacho the Cat, of course. And, yes, we are filmed live in front of a live studio audience. Woot! So, yes, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Big Sexy. How are you doing, buddy? It's always great to see the MFers popping in. Hello. Don't forget to leave your comment and your reaction. Yeah. All right. Hello, Becky. All right, who we got here? All right, so we got Ashley Franchetti. There you go, Ashley. All right, who else we got here? We have Charlene Pratt. We got Big Sexy. I know you're in here, buddy. Check it out. Your brother Brian. Yes, Brian Cowell. What else we got here? We have Rich Nelson. We got Stefan Franchetti. Yes. What else we got? We're gonna go here. We got Santa Ferrone. There you go. Grace says hi, buddy, to you, Mike. Hello, Grace. How are you? It's great. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, look, we got another blank one. So this one goes out to all the MFers out there. Look at that. All right, who else we got here? All right, we're gonna grab a little handful here because yes, ladies and gentlemen, today is our positive news day. Yes. We're going to be reading positive news stories that are happening around the world. Yes, hello, Shannon. All right, so we got Nancy Swirls. What else we got here? Oh, we have Ariel Amber. All right, who else we got? We got, Suli Zahan. Oh, as it slides over. All right, there we go. Who else we have here? Oh, and we have Melanie Harrison. All right. So, you know what? We're going to, Nacho, you want to hold on to Melanie first, buddy? All right, so Nacho's going to hold on to that shout-out. We're going to get ourselves a little positioned here so we can read our positive news, yes. And as you can tell, ladies and gentlemen, this is MFers Live. Yes, 2018. I'm sending her to you for the night, bro. Not a problem. Come on, the little MFers, they all love me. It's great. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for tuning in. It is our Wednesday edition of our positive news, yes. So we're going to start off with our good news in history from May 9th. All right, so who we got here? All right, so on this day 21 years ago, scrolled a little too fast on that one. All right. Hello, Bunny. Thanks for tuning in. Yes, hello, Bunny. All right, so on this day 21 years ago, a former prisoner of war became the first American ambassador to communist Vietnam. Yes, 22 years after the U.S. Evacuated Saigon. Former Florida Congressman Pete Peterson presented his credentials to communist authorities in Hanoi. So he had served as a U.S. Air Force captain during the Vietnam War and was held as a prisoner of war for 6.5 years. Wow. Let's see here. Let's see. Now I'm getting the glare from the light. All right, we're going to make this work. All right. There we go. For 6.5 years after his bomber was shot down near Hanoi back in 1966. So 31 years later, as the U.S. began normalizing relations with their old enemy, Peterson returned to a mission of diplomacy. And that was in 1997, right on. Hello, Brody! And hello, Yvette. Thank you guys for tuning in. All right, so Peterson also became the chairman of the Alliance for Safe Children, a nonprofit organization he founded that works for child safety in Vietnam and the Asia-Pacific region, helping reduce the accidents that injure children there. Oh, right on. See, right on. Sully, you missed it. You got yourself a couple of shout-outs, buddy. All right, so yes, we got more good news on this date. Yes, so first, political cartoon to appear in a newspaper. America as a divided snake. 8 colonies pondering revolution with the caption, join or die. It was actually done by Benjamin Franklin, and that was in 1754. So Czechoslovakia was liberated from Nazi occupation for their own national day today. Yes. And that was back in 1945. Yeah. That's when the whole war was. It was 1945, World War II, right? That's when it ended. So 10 years after the Nazis surrendered, West Germany joined NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. And that was 10 years after the war in 1955. So the U.S. Food and Drug Administration approved of birth control as an additional use for Cerealis Innovad, making it the first approved oral contraceptive pill. And that was back in 1960, and it's still used to this day. Yes. Hello, Ashley. It's great to see you guys all tuning in. Like I always say, don't forget to leave your comment and your reaction. Yes. So John Paul II announced a reversal of the Catholic Church's condemnation of Galileo in 1633. So 350 years after the scientists' declaration that the Earth was not the center of the universe. And they did that in 1983. Wow. Hello, Marie. Hello, Ken and Kelly. Thank you all for tuning in. Yes. What else we got here? So the President of the United States, Barack Obama, affirmed his personal support for same-sex marriage. And that was just like 6 years ago. It was in 2012. And on this day in 1950, Robert Schuman presented his proposal on the creation of an organized Europe, which, according to him, was indispensable to the maintenance of peaceful relations. Oh, yes. I forgot. Ken and Kelly are now residents of Kitchener. Yes, I hope your guys' move went well. Always come back to Guelph. Come hang out with us anytime. And yes, and a happy 72nd birthday to actress Candice Bergen. Yeah, perhaps best known as TV's Murphy Brown, a comedic role for which she won 5 Emmy Awards and 2 Golden Globes over her 10 seasons. Right on. She was also nominated for an Academy Award for her portrayal of Jessica in Starting Over, and the BAFTA Award for Gandhi. So other popular roles included her work in the films Miss Congeniality and Sweet Home Alabama, and television's Boston Legal. Her 2016 autobiography, A Fine Romance, details her marriage to film director Louis Malle, and giving birth to a daughter when she was at the age of 39. So yes, happy birthday. Right on. So yeah, wow. 72nd. Now I'm feeling really old. Yes. Let's see here. Hello. Okay, so everybody's popping in here. All right, so hello, Mary Jane. Hello, Sean. It's great to see you in here. Hopefully the ghosts are treating you still well up there, buddy. I know that I definitely got to get back up there again. Hang out with those specters. It's pretty cool. Hello, Beth. Phone died for your. Oh yes, I will definitely let Master Chef know. He is. He's in further spot. He's in another spot in the studio.
Shower.
Oh, he's in the shower. Yes. But yes, as soon as he gets out, ladies and gentlemen, he will get out while we're live, of course, like we always are. And I will let him know right away. Hello, Jeff. Oh yes, and there are also 2 more notable birthdays for today, for May 9th. Albert Finney, who turned 82 years old, and Billy Joel, who turns the big old ripe age of 69. All right, so we're going to share this off quickly because this way we can read out some positive stories that are happening around the world. Woot woot. All right. Oh, there we go. All right. So technology is actually going to work with me today, maybe. Oh, okay. It's going to work. Whoosh. Okay, it is definitely working for us. All right, so it is. All right, so our day in history is shared off to our Facebook page, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so I'm going to share that. It's also tweeted out to our MFers Live Twitter page. All right, let's see here. Where are we going to start today? Should we start where we left off? Because I know there were still there was still a lot of positive stories. All right, so we're going to go back a little bit here. All right. So we got that one. Okay, so we left off. All right, here it goes. All right. There you go. Here is an animal story. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so an animal story. All right, so this is actually from yesterday. So dog hiding in stolen car actually turns up after 24 hours later. So Chief, the yellow lab, has been there for Rose Nest through thick and thin. So when a carjacker took off with her vehicle while Chief was hiding in the back seat, Nessie was hysterical. The East Boston woman had left her SUV running for just 5 minutes on Sunday evening so she could run into a convenience store to buy a lottery ticket. When she came back outside, the car with Chief inside was gone and nowhere to be seen. Hey, Nick, how you doing? Boss is with us. Yeah, Nick Boss. I've been seeing on a regular basis a young girl with long curly hair parted in the middle, tied back. Ooh. Definitely reach out to Leah and let her know. Because I do believe she's planning on us coming back up there at some point. So, yes, anytime any new information arises, please always reach out. So, yes, to all my MFers out there, if you guys have any paranormal sightings or have ever seen paranormal, please reach out to our fellow MFer, Leah Dubrick. She's all about paranormal, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, she brought us along to the Doyle family's house, and we actually got to hang out. I can't say I really saw them. I know that while we were live there, we had some fellow MFers who were tuning in, and they were actually seeing things behind us. And actually, Sean actually sat in with me for most of the stream. I think we had his wife pop her head in once. But yes, Sean was actually sitting next to me. And yeah, people were actually seeing things that were taking place, apparitions that were actually forming behind us. It was really pretty cool. It was. We did stay for a couple hours afterwards. Because we're trying to investigate ourselves. So yes, there was lots of notes and material that were recorded. We did release a clip where you can actually hear us. We're talking in the kitchen, and I forget who was actually holding the camcorder at the time, but you could hear a small girl's voice in the background. It was really awesome. Scarlett says, "Hi, Scarlett. How are you?" Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. All right. Oh, yes. So, about poor Chief. All right, poor Chief. All right. So, the biggest thing is she left her vehicle running. That was your first mistake. Don't leave your vehicle running, because you never know who's going to be able to jump in that vehicle. I'm not saying turn it off, lock the doors, depending on the part of the neighborhood you live in, right? Because there are some parts where I get out, I will lock my car, but there are other parts where I also have a button. I only push a button, so I carry a little fob in my pocket. So when I actually get out of my car, it can stay running. But as soon as you go to put it in gear or anything, it'll shut off automatically because I have the fob on it. Hello, Melissa. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, yes. So this is a quote by her, right? So I really don't care about the car, she told CBS News. I just want Chief back. He's basically a lovable lab, friendly. He loves everybody and everything, Nessie said. He rescued me, actually. A year ago, my mother passed away, and 2 days later, I had a fire and I lost my home. As the dog napping was reported by local news outlets, Nessie's friends and family set up what amounted to a war room in her apartment. The group tirelessly searched for the white SUV and did what they could to reunite the Boston woman with her dog. Wow. So even the animal shelter, who has cared for Chief in the past, wrote about the carjacking on social media in hopes that someone would spot the friendly dog. So finally, after a very long 24 hours of searching, Chief turned up totally unharmed in the back of the SUV at Everett Cemetery just outside of Boston. And the reunion was a happy one. And ladies and gentlemen, you guys can actually, which video is that? The video below, or international viewers can watch it. Oh, that is pretty cool. You guys can actually watch the reunion where they actually find Chief. There is a YouTube clip on the bottom. Okay, and actually, Master Chef is back with us. All right. I have a message for you, Master Chef. Where'd it go?
What?
Phone died. Mary Jane's phone died.
Just tell her to message me when she can.
I think she probably heard you. We are live. Remember.
No biggie.
No biggie.
I'll wait.
All right. So there you go, ladies and
I'm
gentlemen.
not going anywhere.
Well, no. Well, I told her I would let Master Chef know as soon as he came out. back in the studio. So I was just relaying the message. All right, so there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Go check that out. Like I said, there is a YouTube clip on there, so you guys can actually see the reuniting of the Boston woman with her yellow lab. That is awesome. All right, so what other stories here? All right, so this one is also from yesterday as well, if it wants to open. All right, there we go. Actually, that's pretty cool. Let's see here. So record-breaking water purifier made of paper could actually bring clean water to desperate areas. Now that is pretty wicked. So paper and water may not seem like the most ideal combination for success, but these scientists have managed to make paper into an astonishing effective water purifier. Yeah. So the idea of using energy from the sun to evaporate and purify water is ancient. The Greek philosopher Aristotle reportedly described such a process more than 2,000 years ago. Now, researchers are bringing the technology into the modern age, using it to sanitize water at what they report to be a record-breaking rate. That is pretty awesome. So by draping black carbon-dipped paper in a triangular shape and using it to both absorb and vaporize water, they have developed a method for using sunlight to generate clean water with near-perfect efficiency. So this is a quote. So our technique is able to produce drinking water at a faster pace than is theoretically calculated under natural sunlight, says lead researcher Kayun Gan, associate professor of electrical engineering in the University of Buffalo School of Engineering and Applied Sciences. So as Gene explains, usually when solar energy is used to evaporate water, some of the energy is wasted as heat is lost to the surrounding environment. This makes the process less than 100% effective.
That's why they use ducts to collect the missing steam.
Well, this is the new thing that they just developed. So our system has a way of drawing heat in from the surrounding area, allowing us to achieve near perfect efficiency. The low-cost technology could provide drinking water in regions where resources are scarce or where natural disasters have struck. Hello, Amanda. Thank you for tuning in. So Gan and other colleagues have launched a startup, Sunny Clean Water, to bring the invention to the people who need it. With support from the National Science Foundation Small Business Innovation Research Program, the company is integrating the new evaporation system into a prototype of a smaller still, a sun-powered water purifier. Now that is really neat. So when you talk to the government officials or nonprofits working in disaster zones, they want to know how much water can you generate every day. So we have a strategy to boost daily performance, Song says. With a solar still the size of a mini fridge, we estimate that we can generate 10 to 20 liters of clean water every single day. So the technique has many advantages. It's simple, and the power source, which is the sun, is available just about everywhere. But unfortunately, even the latest solar still models are somewhat inefficient at vaporizing water. So Gan's team addressed this challenge through a neat counter-initiative trick. They increased the efficiency of the evaporation system by actually cooling it down. Okay, now that's really smart. So a central component of their technology is a single sheet of carbon-dipped paper that is folded into an upside-down V, like an upside-down V shape. So this is V, so I guess it'd be like this, right? Like the roof of a birdhouse. The bottom edges of the paper hang in a pool of water, soaking up the fluid like a napkin. At the same time, the carbon coating absorbs solar energy and transforms it into heat for evaporation. And I cannot answer my Facebook messages. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. This is my MFer time, yes. It's where I'm hanging out with all my MFers. Woo-woot. All right, so as Jen explains, the paper's sloped geometry keeps it cool by weakening the intensity of the sunlight illuminating it. So a flat surface would be hit directly by the sun's rays. So because most of the carbon-coated paper stays under room temperature, it can actually draw in heat from the surrounding area, compensating for the regular loss of solar energy that occurs during the vaporization process. Hello, Jessica. Thank you for tuning in there. So using this setup, researchers evaporated the equivalent of 2.2 liters of water per hour for every square meter of area illuminated by the regular sun, higher than the theoretical upper limit of 1.68 liters. So according to the new study, the team conducted its tests in the lab using a solar simulator to generate light at the intensity of one regular sun. Jello Jen, how are you? And hello, Christine. Thanks for tuning in. Like I always say, ladies and gentlemen, do not forget to leave your comment and your reaction. And just gabbing so much is causing dry mouth. There we go. Hello, Mary. Thanks for tuning in. So yes, most groups working on their solar evaporation technologies are trying to develop advanced materials such as metallic, plasmatic, and carbon-based nanomaterials, Jan says. We focused on using extremely low-cost materials, and we're still able to realize record-breaking performance. So importantly, this is the only example I know of where the thermal efficiency of the solar evaporation process is 100% when you consider solar energy input. By developing a technique where the vapor is below ambient temperature, we create new research possibilities for exploring alternatives to high temperature steam generation. The advancements are described in a study published in the journal Advanced Science. Yes, so that's pretty cool. So see, all over the world, people are coming up with new and innovative ways to make the world a little bit better. Because yes, having clean water is always something good. You don't want to drink dirty water. You want to drink clean water, right? And yes, people in third world countries, that would really help. And those countries that are hit with disaster or something, it's actually great to actually be able to have that, right? So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that is shared off to the MFers Live Facebook page and off to our Twitter page as well. All right, so, this is really cool. But keeping focused on what you want. All right, so despite being blind, this is Dave from yesterday. So despite being blind, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, you guys can always follow along with me. If you want, you can wait until after I share them off to the MFers Live Facebook page or to the MFers Twitter page. You can always feel free to follow along. I am reading off the Good News Network app, which you can find in your local Play Store. Or you guys can always follow along on www.goodnewsnetwork.org. Yes, our one-stop shop for all of our positive news that we read, which is great. It is. All right. So despite being blind and partially deaf, man has traveled solo to 125 countries on 7 different continents. So Tony Giles has almost always been blind and severely deaf, but that has not stopped him from doing what he loves to do, and that's travel. So despite his disabilities, the Englishman has been to 125 countries and all 7 continents over the course of 17 years. So according to his interview with Great Big Story, Giles is often asked why he travels if he can't see the sights. He simply says that he likes the excitement of going new places. That's pretty cool. Because that's a pretty good reason. Because, most people travel so they can see the sights. And just because it's new, right? Hello, Ashley. How are you? Thank you for tuning in. So Giles was actually born with a rare condition that caused him to see the world in the form of vague shapes and shadows. And by the age of 9, he had actually gone totally blind. Not only that, but he only had about 80% hearing in both of his ears. So when he was 16 years old, however, he was invited to go to the United States from his home in Teignmouth, England, So fascinated by the adventure, Giles knew that he wanted to become a world traveler. And he has been wandering the world solo ever since. That's pretty amazing. And like I always say, Elijah, I mean, hello, Chris. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Yes, like I always say, you might get flustered and, in one of your dreams. And look, this gentleman is totally blind, 80% deaf, and his dream was to be a world traveler. And that's what he's done over the past 17 years. And come on, that'd be kind of scary, wouldn't it? Like, to me,
it's fun.
Huh? Yeah. Oh, yes, because Master Chef has traveled the world. But have you ever traveled the world blind, Master Chef?
Not blind, but I've actually thought about doing it.
Traveling the world blind?
Yeah, I've actually thought about taking a year or two and just go, like, dimming my senses.
Well, that'd be pretty interesting. Hello, Brenda. Thanks for tuning in. All right. So that is shared off to our Facebook page, ladies and gentlemen, and also to our Twitter page as well. All right. Oops. All right. So this one is, as soon as it opens. All right. This one's actually dated from today as well. All right. So the headline to this is, we're trying to find the nicest places in America. You can even nominate your favorite coffee shop. So do you live in a town where the neighbors look after each other? Do you know of a business where strangers are welcomed with open arms? Have you been inspired by a Good News Network story about a place that should be shared with the world? All right, pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. Here's one for you. Then Reader's Digest wants to hear from you. So for the second year in a row, one of the world's most famous magazines is searching for the top 10 nicest places in America. A crowdsourced effort to uncover places where people are kind and treat each other with respect in an era of culture and political divides. We definitely got to look into this.
Efforts to send out a worldwide prayer for the people in Hawaii.
What happened in Hawaii?
Volcanoes erupted and it's going through residential areas.
Oh, really? All right. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, please, to all the MFers, send your prayers and thoughts out to Hawaii as they're in a time of crisis, as volcanoes have erupted and it is actually starting to take over residential areas.
Yeah. It's starting to splooge, yeah.
So, all right. So, nicest places can actually range from small towns to big city neighborhoods. Businesses, community centers, military bases, places of worship, and anywhere else where the spirit of nice prevails. So not only that, since Good News Network founder and editor-in-chief Jerry Weiss Corbally has been selected as a judge, GNN readers are invited to nominate any inspiring place that you have read about in our stories. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've been reading a lot of their stories. So launched in 2017, the first search for nicest places resulted in hundreds of nominations filled with stories of a kinder, more trusting America than you see on social media and on cable news. So the heartwarming story of the winning place, Gallatin, Tennessee, told of a growing city struggling to heal historic racial divides when faced with tragedy. So the search will run in 3 phases: collection of nominations, the announcement of finalists, and then the public voting, and then the unveiling of the winning place on Good Morning America and also in Reader's Digest. That's pretty cool. So nominations are currently being accepted on the magazine's website until June 5th, ladies and gentlemen. So yes, you have just under a month to get your vote in there, to get your nominations in there. All right. So while there is plenty of media shining a light on conflict and rancor in America, we're providing a way for Americans to share the places where neighbors trust each other, strangers are welcomed, and civility and respect win out, said Reader's Digest editor-in-chief Bruce Keeley. We know they're all around us. I've said this before, yes. That's great. So it can actually be easy to underestimate the power of kindness and respect, says Roberts. I'm honored to be part of an initiative that brings people together and celebrates those important values. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, there is a video. I don't know if that's YouTube or not. I think it might actually be right from the Reader's Digest. And it actually show you Gatlin, Tennessee, the Reader's Digest winner from last year. So you guys can actually see for yourself and see the story that ties in with it. All right, so that is shared off to our Facebook page. And we're going to share it off quickly to our Twitter page as well. All right. So, Nacho, we're going to do some quick shout-outs here before we get – okay, we're going to go back so we can at least get ready to our next stories. All right. So we're going to do some shout-outs. All right, buddy? All right. There you go. You know, we're going to just grab a handful. We're going to go like this. All right. So we have – all right, so we have Kelsey Martin, Ariel Amber, Susan Tremblay,
Throw that one back
Roland Valle. What?
I was talking to myself.
Oh, Dave Dressler. And then we have, Amanda Bragg. There you go, dear. April McAllister. There you go, dear. All right. And then we have, Cody Bell. What else we got here? We got another one for Ariel Amber. Right on. Oh, look at that. Make that a triple in this round, eh? There you go, Ariel. You're a little popular one today, aren't you? All right. And then we have Vicky Colbert. Lydia Kettles. We're going to just keep pulling these out. We got, Ryan Clark. There you go, buddy. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys actually go check on the MFers Live Facebook page, Ryan Clark actually posted part 1. And it's for the virtual reality, ladies and gentlemen, yes. So if you have it yourself, it's download, I do leak to your phone. And you actually, if you guys look right there, I don't know if you guys can see, okay. See our MFers Live mug right next to it. There's a little box there. It's actually our VR holder, our VR glasses. And yes, it's just made with cardboard and the glasses inside it. You actually take your phone and slide it inside it. You guys can actually get yourselves a virtual reality tour of our event. Yes, and it's part 1. So I haven't even had a chance to actually. I'm going to try it too this weekend to actually sit down and download it so that I can actually watch it myself. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, you guys can actually reach out. Ryan Clark is one of our MFers. Yes, he was the DJ RC420 at the MFers Live Birthday Bash. You guys can actually get yourself a set of those as well. He's the owner of Cosmo Effect. Yes, Cosmo Effect. You can actually find that on the internet. All right, and like I said, you guys can purchase yourself a pair of the VR glasses and check out the MFers Live Birthday Bash for yourselves. Yeah. All right, so we have Jason Burns. Who else we got here? We got, this is one of our MFers from Australia. Good day, mate. All right, Ms. Robinson. And then we have, Santa Faroni. What else we got here? We got, there you go, Kim Hunter. And then, okay, this will be our last one. You're going to hold another one for everybody? All right. Okay, you're going to hold the Melissa's. You're going to hold this one too. Gordon Cameron. There you go, buddy. Woot. Okay, we're knocking Gordo down. There you go, buddy. All right, so you hold Gordo's name there too, okay? All right, so what other positives do we have here? All right, here's another one. This is actually, this involves our little MFers, and this is what I mean, ladies and gentlemen. It's our responsibility to guide our little MFers into a better future, right? So this is an 8th grader. All right, and this is dated from yesterday as well. So the 8th grader creates website that pairs sheltered dogs with compatible owners, and it's working. So 8th grader Aiden Horowitz is the perfect example of how you are never too young to make a difference. The 13-year-old is currently making headlines for her innovative school project, a website that pairs human adopters with the ideal shelter companion. So the website was created for the Passion Project elective at Aiden's school. So the Austin Jewish Academy. Oh, wow. So students who take the year-long class are asked to develop a project that addresses an issue near and dear to their heart. How you doing, Peter? Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Great to see you pop in. Always going good, always. Like I said, it's our Positive News Day. It's where we get to read the positive stories that are happening around the world. Yes. And like I said, if you're just tuning in, we just started a story about one of our little MFers that is a prime example of you are never too young to make a difference. Just like you're never too old to make a difference either. Come on. I'm 37 and I'm trying to make a difference. Like I always say, you're never too young or old to do anything. You just gotta stay focused and keep on it, and you will make whatever you want happen. Trust me. So Aiden's website, Dog Do or Dog Don't, asks potential pet owners to fill out a 13-question survey that collects information on what kind of house they have, whether they have children, what kind of resources they can provide for the pup, as well as several other metrics. So once the survey is complete, it tallies up the score and displays all of the compatible dogs that are listed on the Austin Pets Alive website. Well, that's pretty neat. So the Austin Pets Alive is an animal rescue organization based out of Austin, Texas. So since there are hundreds of pets available for adoption on their website, Aiden's service has been hailed as huge help for the organization. Not only that, but animal shelter intake has constantly been shown to increase during the warm season. Hello, Caitlin. Thanks for tuning in. So the 13-year-old says that her website has already garnered over 10,000 clicks on her website, which has resulted in 5 adoptions. Right on. So despite the website only starting as a school project, Aiden plans on expanding the service to other shelters and also to other states. That's awesome. And see, ladies and gentlemen, you are never too young to make a difference. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we are the older MFers. We have little MFers. And like I said, we got to try to guide them. And, this is great. Like there are little MFers out there trying to make a difference already. And it's great. All right, so we're going to share this off. Okay, now technology is not going to work with me? Of course not. Oh, there we go. All right, now it's going to work. All right, so we got this MFers Live. All right, so just publish off to the MFers Live Facebook page, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to tweet this off quickly as well. All right, so there it is. Tweeted off. Well, just turned it off. All right, so let's see. Maybe this. I don't know if this is a story. This is actually from yesterday as well. Nope, that is the good news interview. Yeah. All right, so let's see here. All right, so this one's actually from 9 hours ago. It's from today. Wow, we got a lot of pet stories today. This is awesome. All right. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to fair warn you now, there is a YouTube video at the bottom of this. Yes. So watch a crowd of curious cats and their startled reaction to a fearsome robot vacuum. So there's something inherently amusing about seeing cats freak out over the trivial things. So if you have not seen the video of the butcher chatting with a feline customer, then we highly recommend it. Which is why we're delighted to watch a 30-second video of felines fending off a fearsome cleaning robot. So the YouTube clip, which was uploaded by RM Videos, features a dozen cats carefully stalking the suspicious gadget as it mercilessly scoots across the floor at the ominous 0.2 miles per hour. So despite spending 20 seconds successfully keeping their prey in check, the cats flee for their lives after the device suddenly whips out its secret weapon. It turns slightly to the left. Yes, so it moves, they jump. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, there is a quick little, like I said, if you're having a hard day, come on, click that link. Okay, click the little YouTube video, and it will definitely bring a smile to your face. All right, so we're going to share that off quick as well, because like I said, I try to get to as many positive stories as I can. All right, so we're going to, okay, so that's tweeted off. So yes, we're now into today's positive stories. All right, ooh, that was pretty cool. Okay, so here we go. Oh, that's pretty cool. That was nice. All right, so there's a video at the bottom because this one's actually dated from 8 hours ago. All right. So lucky flight delay leads to soldier getting to watch the birth of his daughter as airport cheers. So while some people might give smartphones a bad rap for their distraction nature, people are rejoicing over a photo of an anxious soldier who was transfixed by his cell phone at a Texas airport. And it's not because he was dawdling on social media. It's because he was watching a live video stream of his daughter's birth. Specialist Brooke Lindsay had been training at the Fort Bliss military base in preparation for his deployment to Kuwait with the Army National Guard when he received notice that his pregnant wife was having an emergency in induction.
Induced.
I know it means induced, but they put TIY on that. So induction, I guess. So his wife Haley had been diagnosed with high blood pressure and preeclampsia, a potentially dangerous birth complication. So during a routine doctor's appointment the previous day, when she was on her way to the hospital the following day, doctors told her that they wanted to deliver the baby as soon as possible. Good evening, Verna. Hello, thanks for tuning in there. So Haley, who lives in Mississippi, immediately took the necessary steps to tell her husband about the birth. So Brooks rushed to the airport only to find that his flight had been delayed. So as he was waiting at the gate, his mother FaceTimed him so that he could watch the birth of his daughter through video chat. So other travelers were waiting on the delayed flight, heard about Brooks' predicament. So when they all finally heard the newborn baby cry out, the passengers cheered for the new dad. Tracy Dover, and there is, he's sitting there, and you should see the look on his face. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I always highly recommend, always go check out the links every time I post them up, and there'll be a video. You can see he's very happy daddy. But yeah, so Tracy Dover, who was one of the cheering bystanders, had snapped a photo of the emotional soldier and posted it to social media, where it was shared thousands of times. So when we heard the baby cry, we all rejoiced for him, says Dover. I wanted to share this because I never want us to forget about our soldiers who serve us every day and the sacrifices they make. So the story has a silver lining too. So Brooks' family agrees that if the flight had not been delayed, we would have been in the air during the birth, thus making the nerve-wracking incident a blessing in disguise. Yes, because if he would have been on the plane, he wouldn't have been able to watch that. Yeah, because you're not allowed using cell phones on the airplanes. So though it was delayed, he got to actually watch the birth of his daughter. Right on. Like I always say, ladies and gentlemen, let's always say, never fret when something bad happens, because sometimes it can actually be a blessing in disguise. Just like this soldier's, his flight was canceled, and he's getting all frustrated because his wife's got to go into labor. And if his flight was not canceled, he wouldn't have been FaceTiming to actually see the birth of his daughter live as it was happening. So it's pretty cool. And see, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, there are advantages. There is always advantages to technology. All right, so this is dated from 6 hours ago. Ooh. All right, so instead of slaving on their feet for long hours, fed-up chefs can actually cook for you instead. So if you've ever worked in the restaurant industry, you know how exhausting it can be to stand on your feet all day, especially for chefs over 50 years old. The meager salaries often aren't worth the back pain and long hours. So thanks to one ingenious service, however, experienced chefs no longer have to suffer the physical and financial demands of working at a restaurant because they are now being hired to cook for you instead. So Cozy Meal is an organization that pairs professional chefs with individuals who want quality culinary service without the fuss of restaurants. So not only does this provide a relaxed face-to-face experience for anyone involved, but it also means that chefs don't have to suffer through a strenuous work week for a modest income. So currently, the website allows customers to book chefs from all culinary backgrounds to host fun food-related events, from catering dinner parties to teaching cooking classes. The flexible hourly payoff means that chefs will collectively walk away with 2 to 3 times their original salary in a restaurant, and all in exchange for a much more pleasant experience. So Cozy Meal founder Samad Nassarian says that he first got the idea for the platform after he heard about the stressful challenges of being a chef. And this is his quote. I had several friends who were chefs, and I would often hear how difficult the chef lifestyle could be, and how low their incomes are in the restaurant industry. So Nassarian told Good News Network, chefs often graduate from culinary school with $40,000 to $60,000 in debt. And with their extremely low income, it's very difficult to pay back the debt. So additionally, Nassarian considered the benefits of being able to have an expertly prepared meal without the stress of having to find a good restaurant. So on the other side of the culinary world, I enjoyed discovering new cultural experiences, but I was often frustrated by those restaurants where I found it was often too loud. The quality of food was mediocre, and there was never an opportunity to actually interact with the chefs. So therefore, I decided to create Cozy Meal, an online marketplace that connects guests with some of the nation's top chefs for intimate one-on-one culinary experiences. Hello, Sarah. Thanks for tuning in, dear. So almost half of the 250 chefs currently working for the platform are over the age of 50. The rest of which are mostly aged between 30 and 40. Though they have reaped the rewards of Cozy Meal, several of these success stories are actually particularly inspiring. So here's one. So I receive regular thank you notes from our chefs, Nassarian tells GNN. Some of these notes and personal stories are especially heartening, like the story of one of our Los Angeles-based chefs who was struggling with cancer when she joined Cozy Meal. We not only provided her with a good income and better lifestyle, something which was not available to her in the restaurant industry, but the joy of entertaining Cozy Meal customers helped to improve her spirits, which then helped her with her recovery. Hello, Christopher. Thanks for tuning in. So another one of our chefs, a former owner of 2 pastry shops and former chef of several French presidents, was my Uber driver until I asked him to join Cozy Meal. So in the coming year, Nassarian says that the platform will be launching an app and expanding their services to more national and international cities. Not only that, but Cozy Meal expects to double the amount of chefs on their freelance staff, as well as hire bartenders and food guides. That is really neat. Oh, I can't relate because, I know that some really cool chefs try some of their food without having to sit in that restaurant, and to actually be able to interact with the chef themselves. That would be just a treat in itself. All right, so we're going to share this off quickly because we still got time, right? Oh, yeah. All right. Just like the Kool-Aid Man says, oh, yeah. All right. Share it off to our Facebook page. One more. Okay, tweet. All right, there we go. It is off to our Twitter page as well. All right, so what else we got here? Here's one for him. Okay. Oh, okay, so this one is, we'll go this one first. So this one's actually 4 hours ago. All right, so I do believe, yes, there is a YouTube video of the news. All right, so sudden urge for a Slurpee puts woman in place to save a man's life. So when a New York driver suffered a sudden heart attack, Christiana Corrado was there to save him. I mean, she says that she was in the right place at the right time because of a sudden craving for a sweet treat. So Coretta had not enjoyed a cherry Slurpee from 7-Eleven since she was pregnant 3 years ago. But for one reason or another, she was hit with the sudden urge for the icy snack on Thursday. So the Westchester, New York woman was on her way to the convenience store to pick up a Slurpee when she saw an SUV careen off the road and roll into the brick wall of a CVS. So Corrado, who is an EMS instructor and paramedic, immediately made a U-turn so she could check on the injured driver. By the time she arrived at his side, the prognosis was not good. So this is her quote, okay, when I checked for a pulse, I couldn't feel any. And he was cyanotic. He was really, really blue. Cornell told the WLNY. She gave the man chest compressions until he eventually regained consciousness. If she had not been driving past the man when he had his heart attack, there may not have been anyone to save him during the time of need, which is why Corrado credits the faithful rescue to her sudden and unexplained craving for a Slurpee. So it's pretty strange to me that all of a sudden on this day at that moment, I would decide to go to that particular 7-Eleven to obtain one, said Corrado. Look at that. Never know what God has in plan for you. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, there is a video, YouTube video, and it is directly right from the news studios. All right. So we're going to share this off. And yes, I got time to read another one. Woot. All right. So come on. I will go into overtime to read this last one. I don't mind. Because I want to read this. I want to read as many positive stories as I can. This is actually the last one in the list. And then we're going to start gathering. Okay, well, where'd it go? Where did it go? All right. Okay, it's this one. This one's actually from 3 hours ago. All right, come on. All right. That's a really beautiful picture to put up here. I guess so I said, ladies and gentlemen, I can't wait till we get the software up and running for you so I can actually put the images I see on the screen for you to see. All right. So in the world first, Norway will only be allowing electric ships to enter the pristine fjords. Yes. So Norway has long been a leader of green energy and sustainability. And their latest initiative in the fight against climate change is establishing the world's first emission-free zone at sea. So the nation's parliament recently adopted new legislation that will require all vessels, ships, and liners entering their iconic fjords to produce zero carbon emissions. So though the resolution is set to be enforced as soon as technically possible, the ban will actually go into full effect in 2026. So with hundreds of thousands of tourists visiting the country's 1,160 fjords every year, the ban is not only expected to benefit the environment, but also the health of the tourists and local communities. So for the first time in the world, there is a requirement for an emission-free sailing in the fjords and their harbors, said Norris Holm, head of the Environmental Foundation Zero. So Norway has long been a world leader in the emission-free ferries based on sound political decisions on zero emission requirements. Now the country is taking a step further in the maritime green shift that has global repercussions. Oops. Oh, you almost fell over there, buddy. Hang in there with me, buddy. Hey, Chris, how you doing, buddy? It's great to see you. All right, so at the national level, this will mean a welcome development towards emission-free solutions on many tourist ships, a significant decrease in greenhouse gas emissions, and a halt to harmful local air pollutants. The initiative is a welcomed follow-up to Norway's legislation from 2015 that required all ferries in new tenders to be equipped with zero or low emission technology. So as tourist companies prepare for the 2026 deadline, currently existing ships are expected to be supplied with battery-powered electric propulsion, or in the future, hydrogen, says the marine log. Hello, Jazzy. Thanks for tuning in. So yes, and with how quickly Norway has been transitioning to a clean energy economy, experts say that the switch to zero emission sailing technology could come about much sooner than as anticipated in 2026. So tourists can come see our pure nation, not fjords full of exhaust. Norway has also an international responsibility to manage its World Heritage sites. Yeah. So we have been long seeking concrete action, and therefore very pleased with the decision on emissions-free fjords, says Katrin Bavronvik, director of the Ranger Fjord World Heritage Foundation. Wow, try to say that 5 times fast. Wow, I almost got tongue-tied just saying that slowly once. All right. So yes, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna share this off to our Facebook page right away. All right. Oh, all right. So make sure it's going to the right one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. It is shared off to the MFers Live. The MFers Live Facebook page, and it is also tweeted off to the MFers Live Twitter page as well. All right. Okay, close this off. Time to shut our Good News app down. All right, so there's a whole bunch of positive stories. I hope, ladies and gentlemen, hope you all enjoyed those. Those are pretty cool. From animal stories to little MFers making a difference, to like huge communities making a difference, to like countries, continents making a difference. Right on, and that is pretty awesome. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I did post up last night. Go check it out. You can actually see Spike's new colorings, which is really cool. He did his little shedding, and now you actually get to see the nice vibrant color off of him. And yes, we will take more pictures as time progresses and any more changes happen to him. So this way you guys can stay apprised of the little MFer, who you've all named as Spike. So yes, Spike the Bearded Dragon, hanging out with McChickenfart, Diesel, and Nuts and Bolts. Yeah, the 4 of them hanging out together in one tank. We're going to have to soon get another tank so this way they can stretch out, because it is 2 females and 2 males, right? Yeah, and so we got to make sure that, because you can actually not keep 2 males together for too long. They will bicker and, kind of like duke it out. So when you have 2 males, you have to kind of keep them separated. They are still really young still. We do believe they're about 8-9 weeks old now. So they still got a little bit of time. They haven't been fighting yet, but I know that first signs of fighting, we're going to have to definitely pull them apart. And they will be getting in their own tanks. And like I said, since Spike is the male, I guess he has to go to a tank. Because which is the male? Is it Diesel? That's the male?
Diesel, Nuts and Bolts is the male.
Oh, okay. Nuts and Bolts is the male. So, when Nuts and Bolts and Spike decide that they're going to duke it out, which is not a positive thing, they will be separated with their partners.
We'll get 2 bigger tanks.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I'll make sure that we'll keep you guys apprised with new photos as they get bigger. Hello, Mike. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting to that time, the end of our show.
I've got one, but they'd have to sit in that corner because it's my big coat.
Well, that'd be kind of hard because we got the big freezer. But we'll figure that out when the time comes.
Corner of the hall.
Until Medic runs down around the corner at full tilt.
No, it's the big one I have Anubis in. I'd switch Anubis out of there. Put him in here. And then put the two
in the bigger one.
Big tank.
Oh, man.
I'm not getting rid of that. That's a $1,200.
But yes, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, as Spike gets bigger, we'll make sure that we'll keep getting photos for you. Any little changes in Spike, we'll take a picture so you guys can see him growing. But yes, we have gone to that time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for tuning in. Yes, to the one out there, I know that you do watch. You may not comment, you may not react, which is all right. It's all good. Always remember your time, okay? And to all my MFers out there, I want you all to know that I love each and every last single one of you, because without you, MFers Live wouldn't be where it is today, and all the real cool, awesome things that are going to be coming our way this year. So make sure you guys stay tuned. All right, make sure you follow the MFers Live Facebook page. And so this way you guys can get updated on every little thing that we decide to post up there for you. We try to put a lot of positive stories and positive posts up there. If you ever have yourself an inspiring story that you want to post up there, please, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody has free roam of posting things on MFers Live. But we also do have a MFer crew that does watch. So if you go to put anything on there, that's not peace and love and positivity. Like I said, if you have an inspiring story, please post it. But try to keep it, peace, love, and positivity. And like I said, if you're going on there to be a bully of any sort, it'll be stopped, nipped in the butt right away, and removed. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, all right, so we are getting to that time, all right? So yes, make sure you guys tune in tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is our tea time Thursday. All right, we're going to be drinking our tea and reading some more pretty cool facts out. All right, so make sure you guys tune in. Remember, same MF for time, same MF for channel. All right, keep spreading that peace, love, and positivity. And yes, if you're watching me right now or you're watching me on a replay, always remember that you matter. Never forget that, all right? Because you do. You really, really do, okay? Always remember that you matter, okay? And for myself and all the MFs, thank you so much for tuning in. And I'll see you all tomorrow night, all right? Keep spreading that peace, love, and positivity, y'all.